Hello and welcome to the ZEFRA Theory Lounge, and also a deck profile on the new and improved ZEFRA list that I've been playing for the last week and a half. I did win a box with this event, going 5-0 at a local tournament, obviously online. So what we'll do is we'll go over the deck list, and then once I'm done with the deck list, I'll talk to you guys about side decking theory, because a lot of you guys are asking how you side deck in ZEFRA. And I figured I'd give you a rundown and just let you know how I do it personally. So yeah, let's get right into the deck profile. We're still on the 3-dimension shifter. Gizmek Kaku for our Calamities combo. Triple Planet Pathfinder. Triple Gamma and the 1 driver. Those are the only hand traps we play now, it's just Shifter and Gamma. Double Pilica, 1 Wendy. Double Thuban. 1 Zefraxaton, Triple Zefrath. Triple Zefranu, Triple Zefraxi. Triple Oracle, Triple Desires. Desires is still in the deck. We can opt to play a second Windy and play 43 cards. But I'm finding the deck to be slightly more inconsistent than usual. I don't know if it's DB shuffling or whatever. But I keep drawing the second Wendy a lot, so the 1 Wendy is fine. Prioritize getting it out of your deck if you already have ZEFRA Nui in your hand. That's just a bit of a heads up. But I'm finding it fine with the 1 ZEFRA Wendy, everything's okay. The 1 Terraforming, double ZEFRA Path. The win condition versus every matchup. Except some matchups that I'll go over when we talk about the other decks. Triple ZEFRA Providence, 1/9 Pillars of the Yang Zing, 1 ZEFRA Divine Strike, double ZEFRA War. The extra deck is Metaphys Horus, Nirvana High Paladin, Omega, Croc, Stardust Charge, Kyubi. Kyubi's coming up less and less, and maybe Kyubi's a card to consider cutting. But for now, Kyubi's doing okay. M7, Dampir, True King of All Calamities, BLS, Gravity Controller, IP Masquerena, Phoenix, and Unicorn. So for the actual event, I was playing Lambda over the Kyubi, and I was playing Boral Sword over the Phoenix. But this is entirely personal preference. Like, those slots are very much interchangeable. And then onto the side deck, which you all seem to be questioning me quite a lot. So between me and a couple of the well-known ZEFRA players in the community, a lot of the cards in the side deck are very much adjustable. A lot of people play Exchange. For the event that I was playing in a remote duel, which means Exchange is not legal. So I decided to play 3 copies of Impermanence. This should be 3 Exchange for the sake of online play, but for the sake of remote duels, you aren't allowed to legally resolve Exchange in remote duels, so Impermanence is there instead. But to go over the actual side, we're playing 3 lands here, 1 Pancratops, 3 Nibiru, double Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, triple Imperm or Exchange, 1 Red Reboot, and Earthbound Immortal Wurraquaquaraska. So let's explain why Earthbound Immortal Big Bird is here. So I was talking to Musa over Facebook, and he said to me that he was looking at incredibly generic cards and looking at cards for when VFD eventually gets banned. And this is one of the cards that he came across and was like, this might work. So if you guys don't know what Earthbound Immortal Wurraquaquaraska does, there can only be 1 face-up Earthbound Immortal on the field. If there are no face-up field spells on the field, destroy this card. Will always have Oracle. Your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. Not relevant. This card can attack your opponent directly. You can get that 100 damage in if you wish. If this card is normal summon, target up to 1 or 3 cards you control, but not more than your opponent has in their hand. Shuffle them into the deck, then discard the same number of random cards from your opponent's hand. And if you do, this card gains 1000 attack for each card discarded by this effect. So, the bird can target itself and your Oracle, and then you target either a scale or a spare monster that you pendulum summoned. And you can actually loop control decks for 3 cards. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, oh, well, isn't the Calamities win condition very good against control? Against the control decks that we currently have, being like the Invoke Dogmatica deck and the Buster Blader deck, in theory, the Calamities package is better. But I've found against Buster Blader, we'll pull the Buster Blader cards up really quick. So against like the extra deck lock version, this card's just broken because they start with a 5-card hand, and they go. A lot of the time, their hand is like one proactive card, a bunch of trap cards, and then like Nadir Servant or something like that. And in matchups like that, Calamities doesn't really do that much because, like, sure, Calamities stops Buster Whelp, but in matchups post side where you're resolving Rurakwaka, ZEFRA Path isn't in your deck anymore. At least it hasn't been when I've been playing it. I've been siding out ZEFRA Path against Control for a very long time now. So for example, the Guru controls of the metagame. Altergeist, I like to keep one path in going first because it's good versus Multifaker and versus Manifestation. That's a control deck that I genuinely take a nod to and still play ZEFRA Path for. But I'd still like to hand loop them for 3 because Altergeist with 3 cards instead of 5 cards, 6 cards is like significantly weaker. The other control decks, Eldritch. ZEFRA Path is broken against, so I wouldn't be siding it against Eldritch. But I do like siding the Earthbound Immortal against Pure Zoo. The reason for siding it against Pure Zoo is the fact that ZEFRA Path doesn't really do much against Pure Zoo. In fact, ZEFRA Path does pretty much nothing unless they're doing the Megaclops play. So hand looping them for 3 and then ZEFRA Divine Striking them usually wins you the game a lot of the time. The matchup's very free going first anyway, but it patches up the sort of bad cards in your deck. Like ZEFRA Path's only good against Ram, whereas Divine Strike plus Calamities or Divine Strike plus the Earthbound Immortal is pretty much game in all of those matchups. So to address how I side versus Control, the ZEFRA Paths come out. Versus all the control decks except for Altergeist. Against Altergeist, we still keep one ZEFRA Path in. And then we side like so. So the ZEFRA Paths will go into the side. And then versus Control, this is going second. So against Control going second, we side in Pancratops, Feather Duster, Reboot, Double Cosmic. And I like to side out 2 Planet Pathfinder. And the Desires, it's that simple. You don't need to side out your engine cards. ZEFRA Path is not an engine card, just for clarification. Anybody that thinks ZEFRA Path is an engine card is wrong. And then going first versus Control, we like to side out the Pancratops. And sometimes I'll side out Kaku, depending on the matchup. But it's nice to have 2 win buttons versus those decks, but if you don't want to keep Kaku in, Pathfinder comes in, this comes out. And that's pretty much it for siding versus Control. It's relatively easy. And I have to put the deck back together again. This is a lot more clicking than I'm used to. And we're back to normal. Versus combo, we are siding in the 3 Nibiru. We are siding in the 3 Imperm. This is why Imperm's like better than Exchange. Obviously, you'd like to have Exchange going first, but even Imperm going first is like fine. So we side out Kaku. We side out the 9 Pillars. And then we side out the 3 Planet Pathfinder and 1 copy of Desires. It's pretty self-explanatory, really. If they're on the Invoked deck, we side like this, so Lancia and Imperm, and we just lost an Nibiru. Let's put the Nibiru back in the deck. So yeah, that's how I've been siding recently. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We've seen a substantial channel growth in the last couple of days, and I'm very, very thankful for it. Also, with the Upgrade and Unlock series, episodes will be released every single Monday, excluding today, simply because I don't have much time to edit. I have a couple of things to be organized, a couple of videos to be recording with other people that I will talk about in the next video. Also, if you guys have not already, this is your last chance to apply and enter the YOS 5. Look it up on Facebook. It's an online Yu-Gi-Oh! Like event. Similar to the LCS, it's run by my very, very dear friend Joe Buckwell, also known as Yugi Joe. Honestly, the most incredible tournaments I've personally played in, and also I'll be doing commentary on the tournament as well, so if you want to come and tune into the stream if you're not playing, and come listen to me give content on something other than ZEFRA, like I do know other decks, weirdly enough, then feel free to come and do that. I'd appreciate all the support. And that's going to be it from me. Have a fantastic day, and peace.